Hello, everyone. This is Betterment a Black Woman. Um, I'm gonna wait for everybody to come in because we got a lot to discuss of what's going on in this economy and what's trending on TikTok. So I'm gonna let everyone in the room, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am going to get started. Um, if anybody comes in, that's fine. I'm just gonna get started. Hello, welcome. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Betterment, a Black woman. My channel is geared towards the betterment of Black women through uh, through building confidence in ourselves, inspirations, and other things that can help Black women level up in their lives and show them, hey, Femi, and show them that there is more to life than having a man centering in your life. So, I'm going to talk about what is going on right now because there is a lot of layoffs going on, and a lot of Black women are being laid off in record numbers. So, for what I understand, that the numbers for Black women being layoffs is high as hell. So, 3,000, sorry, not 3,000, 300,000 Black women has been laid off their corporate jobs. And most of us is unemployed. However, there are Black women that are going a different route. They're starting their own business which is good because we that's what we should be doing right now is starting our own business so that we can continue generating income and supporting our families because black women, believe it or not, we're single mothers, raising children on our own, and we need to have some type of income coming in. So there are black women that are coming out and are are sorry guys, give me a sec. There are black women that are coming out on TikTok saying that they either got fired from their jobs or they got laid off. Wherever the case may be, these women don't have jobs no more. So, but I am proud of black women, not getting under pressure about losing their jobs and not having a job, uh, and trying to stay calm because as black women we went through this all the time. We go through racism. We went through racism and sexism through centuries now. And now that um, we are starting our own business and doing our own things, despite us losing our jobs, we can actually focus on what's important first, which is ourselves and our families, which is our children. All right. So it has been important that 3,000, no, what I keep saying 3,000, 300,000 black women are losing their jobs in record numbers, more so than their counterparts. And some of it do has to do with racism because racism play a role, but there could be other factors as well of why black women are getting unemployed. Okay, so uh, there's a lot of issues that goes in with that because black women we work hard for decades, going to school, getting our degrees, and then ending up in debt. Over trying to get a better quality of life for ourselves and for our children because we were taught growing up that we need to get an education, get a degree so that we can have a better life, right? That's just what we're taught. And now that is coming to the realization ever since Trump became president, he started laying off federal workers. And this is for no reason at all, for absolutely no reason at all. And a lot of black women are affected by it. And black women, when we was telling everybody in the election what was going to happen when Donald Trump gets into office, it's happening and it is affecting us because you have to keep it real. Like, we're going through a period where we're going back in time where Jim Crow was law, right? And now they're trying to bring that back. They're trying to make it to where black people specifically are, and other racist groups as well, cannot get a job in like corporate businesses ever again. And they're trying to do that because right now we're going to go through another, I think it's the whole states. I think in across the 50 states, we all going to have like a midterm election where we vote for who's going to stay in power, who's going to stay in those seats, and who is going to represent the people. For what I know, right now, Texas is going through a major uh, gerrymandering right now where they're about to pass a law where Republicans are going to get those five remaining seats. And some of these seats are in a district where is majority people of color and black people. So what is happening is, oh, sorry, you guys. Let me turn my ringer off. So what is happening is that they're trying to take our voices away. They're trying to keep us from voting because that's the whole thing. They want to keep black people from or and Hispanics from voting because blacks and Hispanics make up the majority of Texas. So, and Texas is a Republican state. So, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to rig another election to where it's only Republicans in this seat and they're trying to wipe out the remaining Democrats. So basically, they're trying to get when 2028 comes around, when it's a presidential election, they're trying to reelect Donald Trump for a third term. And to be honest with you, this is very sad that people are stuck in the past. They don't want to move forward. They don't like to see other groups of people being successful in this country. And it comes to a point where you have people that that come from hate because they were raised to believe that they are superior than the other races. But when that backfires in their face, then they want to cry out, it's not fair. Why are these people getting these positions over me? And that's when DEI comes in because DEI is supposed to protect minorities from being discriminated in the workplace or being overlooked for a job. So basically, DEI is supposed to give minorities equal job opportunities. So when you have people that support white supremacy, they will try to overturn that so that minorities would not get these high paying jobs. So, as I was talking to Femi earlier about this, and we were talking about how there are unqualified people working at the White House, such as YouTubers, influencers, and all that stuff, getting these White House jobs, and they do not know what the hell they are doing. And they're not even qualified for the job. I was talking about Linda McMahon earlier, how she is not qualified to be the Secretary of Education because she has no history in education, but they gave her those seats. And I have a really big problem with that because she is the wife of Vince McMahon, who owns WWE. And I also heard that they're getting free rent, they're getting millions of dollars in these positions, which that is an overpay. And I feel like they're frauding the American people. So I really do have a problem with this because you're taking money out of programs that absolutely need it, such as after school care, um, health care. These are millions of dollars that are going to millionaires that do not need this. And a lot of people are getting laid off their jobs because of the stupid decisions that people are making. It's stupid and it doesn't make any sense. Why are you firing those people? So you get incompetent people to work in these jobs? That doesn't make any sense at all. At all. And the few black people that voted for Trump, you guys are already getting affected by this. You guys are going to lose your jobs, especially when you live in these red states right now. You won't have any rights because they're going to take away your rights. Femi, you can come up here if you're listening. You can come up here and we can have a discussion about this. You guys are going to lose your rights because they're already doing deportations to get Hispanics, Africans, and other people that are here illegally out of this country. And what these people don't understand is that these immigrants are taking the jobs that the American people refuse to work. Look at the farm. Like when I go past these farms going to LA, I oh goodness, I do not see nobody working on these farms. These farms are empty because these ICE agents are gathering up these immigrants. And these immigrants are what is keeping the economy afloat when they pick our vegetables and stuff like that. What American people would not do because from what I understand, they're paying these immigrants $11 an hour, which is nothing in California because the minimum wage in California is what's the minimum wage? $20 an hour? No, $30 an hour, which is not even close to paying rent here. And it's only going to get worse. And trust me, we're going to see a whole lot more homeless people in California because of all these layoffs. There's going to be a whole lot more people getting laid off, and people are going to end up crowding a house because there are they can't afford to pay the rent where they're at, or they lost their house, or they're going to lose their house. So what's going to happen is we're going to be in a house packed full of people because we're just trying to survive and we're trying to float. Femi, if you're in the chat, you could click on the link, or anybody, I don't care. We can have this whole discussion. Anybody that wants to have this discussion, please click on the link so we can have a discussion. This is a safe space, and I want it to be a safe space for us. Okay. Okay, Femi, you have the floor.
Hey,
Hey. What's your thoughts
um,
on black women getting laid off?
I think that it's very disappointing the times that we are in. That a lot of us that worked very hard, went to school, studied, took tests, cramming all night because we still got to work, and that we did all that and just have one or two men or a regime of men come in and take all that hard work away from us. And to be honest, it seems like nobody cares. That's how I feel about it. I don't see people caring. I just seen people, and mainly black men, making fun and aha and you should have stayed with your man. And I seen a video that was posted yesterday. I didn't click on it because I already knew, but it was like Trump is going to have a wake up call for black women. You should have stayed with your man. And I think that we don't need them men. I don't think so. I think if they can act as childish as that, is that we don't need them. And it is very sad, but a lot of these women have college educations. They're very smart. I think that they will be able to pivot into entrepreneurship from the skills that they have acquired from their job. Now, one thing I am afraid of is this administration making entrepreneurship illegal, or making it like how they're doing the food stamps, making it like more difficult. I have this fear that they're going to try to make it more difficult for black people, black women to become entrepreneurs. But well, that's my fear. They didn't say that, but that's just my fear. So um I think that we are going to have to come together as women if it gets worse and worse. How I was listening to you saying, like, we might have to house together, or you know, we might have to start carpooling or whatnot. But I think that we will be able to make it. I think that we are very resilient. I don't like the fact that nobody cares. Nobody cares. Obviously, I'm meaning just the black men mainly. We are a part of the community. We are a part of the community that make things move. Why would you be celebrating women, black women losing their jobs? I just don't understand that. We are the fabric of our community. And I know they hate to hear that, but hey, I mean, if we lost our jobs because we were in these high positions, that means that we were making the community move. You were saying something about how you drive past the farms and you don't see anybody.
Yeah. Mhm.
I didn't. Well, there's not a lot of farms for me to drive past here, but I think that even you saying that, I think that, and even with all the women layoffs, the administration, they don't know what they're doing. These people are totally 100% unqualified. You're you're laying off various groups of people, minorities with no plan. That's the part that got me. You laid off these people. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure no severance pay was offered, no unemployment was offered. I mean, he already said he quit with the food stamps and the Medicare. So I'm like, how could you fire all these people and at the same time take away Medicare and food stamps? And then why would you send all these Latina people back to where they're from and you didn't? And my brain is like, you didn't even link up with like what do they call those places? Temp agencies. You didn't have no plan. Like you didn't even link up with no temp agencies so these farmers could have people to work, or so the hotels could have people to work. They didn't even think about this, right? Do I think that we will get these jobs back? I do, but I don't think it's going to happen until Trump is out of office because those jobs were valuable. We were just getting, we were just recovering. To me, I feel like we were just recovering from COVID. I feel like we had a rough 2020. The 2021 was a little rough. Then we got to 2022, it was getting better. 2023 was great for me, for a lot of people. And now we're here in 2025, and it's just like America is falling apart uh, for everybody but the rich. And it's very sad. It's very disturbing. I would encourage women not to have no children because they've also uh, obviously banned abortion in a lot of states. They are trying to ban or make it very difficult to get common birth control pills, which should be, to me, available over the counter in 2025. But they're trying to uh, make it hard for us to get birth control pills, which to me, this is another part of not planning. So you take away women's jobs, you tell them they can't get welfare or HUD housing or Medicaid, but you want to take away our right to have birth control. So if we do get pregnant, we don't have a job and we don't have any way to feed them and we can't get any assistance for food. It's not a, I ain't going to say everything I want to say, but this is not a very intelligent regime of people. I'll put it nicely since I'm on somebody else's channel. But if I was on my channel, I would have said way more foul than that. This is not an intelligent group of people. And I think, but I've been thought this, that we should be creating our own communities. We should have been fighting for land in this country because we were brought here and we didn't want to be here. We were forced labor. Our ancestors lost their lives. We lost our spirituality. We lost a lot of who we are through them. And I felt like we should have always been fighting for a section of this country or cities that are only for us, governed by us. But our men, they didn't do that. They were talking about wigs. So we're in a tough predicament right now just because of this administration. And if I don't think that he could stay the president for another 4 years, I don't think that I don't think anybody would allow him that because there are obviously other people that worked their whole life to run for president. So I don't think these people would just like like let him do that as unconstitutional. Uh I ain't gonna lie, I don't think he's gonna make it that long and I don't think he's gonna make it for 4 years to be honest with you. But to the women that are unemployed, sometimes you have to, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you gotta work at McDonald's, if you have to work at, I won't work at McDonald's. It's easy to get work at McDonald's. It's easy. So I would say if anybody needed to pay a quick bill, you can go there and be a manager. Don't go as no crew member. Just go in as a manager and be like, oh, I was a manager here. They'll hire you on the spot. And you could get some money to pay your rent or pay your car note or your medical bills or whatever you need to pay until something better comes in. Look for the work from home jobs.
I
Are
always say that what's affecting the lower class is going to work its way up because I always say it's a domino effect. You know, these corporates think that they have it all together and that, they're going to look down on the poor. But my thing is, you need the lower class to generate money. And if you don't have the lower class working, getting wages to keep you guys as rich, y'all are going to lose that money in a heartbeat. And you guys going to be right where we at
I
eventually.
mean, I mean, that's something else that I don't get. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that they plan on getting robots, to work these jobs. Well, the robot's not here yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, this was just goofy to me. The robot's not here yet. So you still need people to work at the hotels. You still need people to work at the car wash. You still need people to work at restaurants. You still need these people. So if we're not here to work at your multi-million-dollar, y'all not clocking in. Y'all not coming on the clock and clocking in. Then it'll be impossible for y'all to do that. There,
It's not only that, but if people are not making the minimum wage, these corporate businesses such as like I think the food industry is going to go first. They're going to shut down.
yeah,
These grocery stores are going to shut down. These hotels are going to shut down because people can't afford to stay in these places or go out to eat in these places. And
yeah.
it's going to be like the Great Depression all over again. So, my thing is the people that are laughing at black women and them being laid off our job, you're going to get affected as well, especially black men, because they can't wait to get rid of y'all too. Because they don't even want y'all in the corporate world.
I mean, they're scooping them up off the street. So I didn't understand
Oh,
that
in
whole thing.
Washington D.C., yeah,
Yeah,
because they passed a bill to give what is it to give police the immunity or to do whatever they want, regardless if to for them to shoot people without
yeah.
consequences. I'm like, that is scary, you know. For
I mean,
me,
somebody's definitely gonna, unfortunately, somebody's definitely gonna get shot out of this, and it's probably not going to be a civilian. It's probably going to be one of those ICE officers,
hmm
because these people, they're not really policemen. They're hiring people off the street. They have no
hmm
training. So I'm like,
oh yeah,
and this is why another thing, he's not smart. So he opens up the ICE to anybody. He has a commercial with like a father and son on it, and saying y'all could come be ICE together and make the America great again. Are you insane? Did you just want to
exactly.
recruit a father and son team? One of them gets killed under your uh pursuit to get rid of minorities because
Yeah,
you're scared. Like,
yeah. Like here's the thing. Like, it's not going to work. In my opinion, it's not going to work. It's already too late. People are already here. How you going? Like, this country was already great when we have everybody working together and building this economy together. But if you're just going for white folks and white folks getting the best jobs and all that stuff, it's not going to work because you need other people to make the world go round because or keep this to keep this country afloat. But here's my thing. Like, California is working towards separating from the union.
mm-hmm,
So if we separate from the union, bye bye United States. You know what I
right,
mean? Because we're giving our tax dollars to the states that are very poor, such as Mississippi, Georgia, uh, Alabama. Those our tax dollars go to them so that they won't be devastated. But if we take our um if we separate, then everybody else is gonna go downhill, and
wow.
and I think it's gonna cause a major war. To be honest with you, it's
A
gonna
war between who?
the California and the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't want us to separate. Uh, because there's January. Sorry, my tongue is getting
Gerrymandering.
gerrymandering going on in Texas and in California. I'm pretty sure there's gerrymandering going on in other states too.
Yeah.
However, the most states are getting attention is California and Texas, because right now Gavin Newsom, for what I understand, give me a second. Like California is already in the office voting to take Republican seats, because the Republicans are the minority in California. So we're going to try to take their seats and give it to other Democrats.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's just see, because Texas so far they're already trying to pass, a bill, send it up to the Senate, and then it's going to go to the governor to sign. And if that happens and the Republicans take those seats, black and brown people are going to be in trouble, because they ain't going to be allowed to vote. They won't have a voice. Their voice is going to be taken away, and then black women are really going to have a problem. They won't be able to get jobs in these red states. Y'all probably going to end up going to these blue states, trying to get a better quality of life.
I heard somewhere that Texas was turning blue, but I know if he gets those seats, Texas is really upset about when those floods came, how
Yeah.
Donald Trump didn't help, and they seen that. And I think that really, I mean, obviously, a lot of people passed away. It was devastating, and it affected a lot of them. And then on top of that, I think the hospital closed. So the closest, because of the funding with the Medicaid, the hospital that was close to there closed because they already knew that they weren't going
Hmm.
to be able to afford it, and so those people had to like drive 45 minutes to an hour to the next hospital. And this is
Yeah.
why they're trying to do this in Texas, because they know there's no way. I don't care how Republicans were. After this, nobody's going to vote for Republicans.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do that. And that's
That's
why,
why Texas is trying to that get this bill passed so that they can take over Texas. And you know what I have a problem with? They're keeping a black woman in the Capitol.
yes,
They're actually imprisoning her, trying to make her vote um to count. But I applaud her for her resilience, not giving in
yeah,
to it, because that's a bunch of BS. How can you sit there and make and false imprison someone just because they don't want to vote?
exactly. Exactly.
So
I don't even understand how that's legal. I actually think it's illegal and nobody's doing anything.
yeah. Well, there are protest testers. As I heard, that is outside yelling to let her go. But if
Yeah,
but people need to start storming these capitals. Okay, they need to, because if you really want to be heard and they're ignoring you, it's time to get up in their face and let them know, if you don't do what we say as a people, we're even if we don't vote, we're going to get you out of this office by force.
yeah,
That's probably what's going to have to happen,
I think so.
because people are getting sick and tired of this administration just stepping all over people and acting like they don't matter. Because to be honest with you, we're just the average Joe to them. We don't matter to them.
Right.
So a lot of people in Texas are very pissed, and a lot of Republicans, I'm gonna say MAGA Republicans, are noticing it, and they're trying to remap Texas. So there's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So it is a lot going on.
And it's sad. It's stressful.
Mhm.
It's disappointing. It's like it's hard to plan. To me, it's hard to plan a future, not knowing what's going to go on for the next couple years.
Yeah, and it looks like the Supreme Court in California is going to go with Gavin Newsom. Ridic, ridic.
Redistricting.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do that in response of Trump, because they're trying hard to flip these states into red. So Republicans in California can sue all they want, but if the Supreme Court in California is going with it, then they're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's 9 seats and 9 districts, 9 Republican seats in California. So, um, yeah. So, we're gonna have a fight on our hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I even thought about going to like some city council meetings here, even though, just not really my state, but I still think that I should try to make myself go to a couple of city council meetings to see. I wish now that I was in politics in high school. I, I think that we should also start stressing to our youth how important it is to become politicians or lobbyists or lawyers, judges, uh,
Hmm.
police chiefs. It's very important for Black people to be in these positions because it gives us more power. And these have to be like Black people that are happy about being Black, not like that Tatum cop guy.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah,
nobody like him. It has to be somebody that's proud of their Blackness and not seeking white approval.
yeah. But listen to this. It says Republicans outnumber Democrats in Texas 88-62 in the state house. So the maps are going to be expected to pass uh, Wednesday. I think it's today. Um, and I think it's going to pass in Texas. So a lot of minorities in Texas are in trouble.
Wow. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is unfortunate.
yeah. So we're fighting fire with fire in California, and the Republicans do not like that we're doing that because they expect us to play fair while they continue to cheat, and we're like, oh no, we're not doing that. We're going to let you all know that we're going to play by your rules and let you know that we're going to fight fire with fire and that it's not going to extinguish.
I'm glad that he did though, because wasn't nobody else saying nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
Dad, when is the Democrats gonna say something?
Yeah, it was but there has been a few Democrats that have been saying something. It was Jasmine Crockett, mostly black women and a few
Hmm.
white men.
Where the Black men at?
Most of them are on, Republican side, but I'm gonna tell you, like, they're trying to ban. I don't know if this is true. This is just going around TikTok. It's not confirmed, but from what I understand, they're trying to ban interracial marriage.
Yeah.
They're trying to ban it,
Yep.
and for what I know, if there are a lot of people in the country, I'm going to say like what is it, 60% of people are gonna their marriage is gonna be annulled.
See, this is what I'm telling you. I don't think that he's going to make it because I think
Mm,
there's going to be somebody. I mean, all these different things he's doing, he's creating enemies, and like
mhm,
people aren't that same these days. I mean, look at Luigi. Luigi did what he had to do, and he did it the right way. He didn't post nothing on the internet. He
mhm,
didn't. He was not making no emails or talking to nobody on the phone. He got
mhm.
up one day and did what he had to do.
But
And
listen to this. I'm sorry to interrupt, but listen to this. A lot of Republicans in California are saying, "Oh, we want to respect voting rights in California." But why aren't you saying that to your Republican friends in Texas?
right,
Why aren't you telling them, "Hey, that's not okay. You guys should respect the voices of the people that live in your state." They're so concerned with California, which they should, because they live in this state too.
right.
They represent this state too. But you should be telling your Republican friends in the Southwest to, hey, y'all need to calm down with that
Hmm.
gerrymandering BS. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, I like him a lot. I did not like him as governor when he was governor 20 years ago. However, he needs to sit down and shut up.
What is he saying?
Well, basically, he's saying that what Gavin Newsom is doing is is taking away people's rights of voting when they redistrict the seats in California. I'm like, man, shut up.
Right,
I said, shut up. Go tell your Republican friends in Texas that. Tell them the same thing.
exactly.
Go to Texas and let them know, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Because in California, we are fighting fire with fire. If Donald Trump wants to play games, we're going to give it to him. Because in California, we don't like Donald Trump. We don't like him at all.
Oh,
We do not like him. So right now, we're fighting to keep our state afloat because we're third in the world's economy. So that lets you know that we're about to replace the United States pretty soon.
wow.
Yeah, the whole country that we're a part of. We're we're about to surpass them.
I did not know that. Oh, because of
Hmm.
the tech.
It's basically because of California. We're giving our money to the states to keep them afloat. It's because of us. We get the tourism. People come
Hmm.
to our states to see us.
Are y'all still getting tourism since Trump has basically declared tariff war on all people? Because I've been seeing people like, oh, I canceled my trip to the United States this year. So y'all still getting good tourism?
We still do. Maybe not as much because of the ice and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but we're still getting people coming over here.
good, good.
So I was like, I am sick and tired of these MAGA Republicans. They need to be thrown in jail and they need to be charged.
They do. They do. I mean, a lot of them need to be thrown in jail and charged. A lot of them. This is what's going on right now is unacceptable. And like,
Mhm.
I'm just really confused because I'm like, yeah, y'all supposed to be like setting bounds. Like, the president is supposed to have some boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all letting him be out of control for? He's an old man. There's
Mhm.
obviously, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he get high. I think he was hanging around Elon, and I think Elon started getting him high because they want to keep saying he has dementia. No, he's getting high. He has all the attributes of a user, nodding off, He can't walk straight. He can't see somebody right in front of him. They trying to give him, oh, he's getting old in his eyesight. No, he's getting high just like Elon was. And
I
I feel
think.
like he should have to. I feel like he should have to take a drug test. I feel like you're in this position. You're the president of the United States, and there's basically you don't have to take no drug test, no background check. You don't have to have a college degree. So I can't
Mm-hmm.
even get a job at a hotel without a drug test.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like I remember when I got hired at a couple of jobs, you have to have a drug test, but I don't see it much often. It's like it's replaced with vaccines. You have to get a TB test. You have to get vaccinated and all that stuff. I hate getting vaccinated. That
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it has to be like every year. I'm just like I'm so annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so annoyed because when you work with schools and especially with schools, you gotta get a TB test and and COVID shots and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't want to go through that.
I know.
Yeah, I just don't want to. Okay, I think dang, I'm just so over this. I am.
I know.
Mm, yeah, so everything's expensive. People are getting laid off their jobs. Um, yeah. Uh, this economy is really bad because last year we were doing good. There was
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with the economy. It's just that a bunch of crybabies are hopping on the Trump train because they're saying that they can't get jobs. You know, they blaming women. They're blaming black people. They're blaming minorities in general. So yeah. Um this is why things the way they are today.
Yep. Yep.
So uh girl, it's just too expensive. People cannot afford not to have a job, especially in California where I'm at.
And then it's like I thought that he was gonna lower the rents, and he didn't even do that. He didn't do anything, and it's like nobody's holding him. Nobody's holding him. Like, yo, you're talking about the Smithsonian Museum. You're talking about this. You told us that you were gonna lower rent and grocery prices, and
Mm,
like we need, like you said, as the people. We need to be held to him accountable. If I lived in Washington D.C., I would be out there protesting. I don't know if we need to go to our cities capital or whatever and protest. I don't know what we need to do, but we were told. I mean, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote, but he is the president now. So even though I didn't vote, he's still my president. You promised things on your campaign, and they're not happening. People
mm,
need to be able to live in affordable housing. He hasn't done anything, and nobody's even talking about it. They say a little bit like, "Oh, he said he was going to lower groceries." But no, we need to be like, no, bruh, we elected you because you said you, and you're doing it's 6 months in, 7 months in, 8 months in, and you ain't did nothing for our
nothing.
housing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And I'm surprised,
And
like even the white people, they not standing up like, yo, we voted you in because of the housing, and you didn't even in the rent, and you didn't even address this yet. No, they're
because
not
he's
even
not
saying
because
nothing.
he's not going to. He just made that campaign so he can get rest of the people voting.
Yeah, but that's why they need to hold him accountable for what he said.
Everybody's holding him accountable now. However, people they're just ignoring the people. They're not caring what the people think anymore. We used you guys to get us in office. Now, uh, we We are taking over, and there's nothing you guys can do about it.
There got to be something we can do about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling people that you are the people. Like, they cannot take away your vote.
Right.
They cannot take away your vote. You guys have a right to fire your representative if they're not working for you. And the Texans representative, the MAGA Texans, have shown that they are not for the people.
Right.
So that's why they're doing this I'm getting mixed up. Gerrymandering, so that they can, uh, take over. They can keep their seats. They can take over, and nobody can't vote them out.
Mm,
And to me, that's very insulting because nobody voted you guys in. Excuse me.
right. Right.
Uh, so, and this is why California's doing what California's doing, is because of as because of the Republicans are cheating,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to take over the seats. So that's their response, saying, "Oh, if you guys want to sit there and you want to take over the seats, oh, we're gonna do the same thing."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's their response to the Republican Party.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, and the Republicans in California need to tell their fellow Republicans in Texas, "Hey, you guys need to cool it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like. What is wrong with y'all? Oh, I'm just sitting there like, ugh. I just feel bad for the people of Texas because there is a fear. Like, I fear for them because they're losing their rights, and they won't have a say in there. They're just gonna be discriminated against, not having a voice, not having a say on who they want to elect in office. It's just gonna be a bunch of racist MAGA Republicans telling them, "Hey, this is what we're going to give you, and you have no say in this. You're gonna do what we say." Like, it's like whatever, like Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and other people um did, so that we can um have a better life. They're trying to reverse that, and it's up to our generation to fight against the evils that are going on in this country. It's our generation that has to do that.
Yep. Exactly.
So that's what's probably going to happen. Like, the millennials are going to have to, and Gen Z, millennials and Gen Z are going to have to go against these politicians and let them know that, hey, you're not going to take away our democracy,
Mm-hmm.
because we have a right to stand up against you. We have a right to voice our concerns. We have a right to disagree whatever you guys are doing. So as far for Black women, even though we lost our jobs, do not get in this. Um, what we should do as women, we should continue building up our own business, hiring each other,
Yes.
and continue to thrive. Because what can they do? They can't take away our jobs.
Yeah. If we make them ourselves, they
If
can't.
we make them ourselves, they cannot take that away. And these federal jobs, like it being in the post office, being in IRS, and and these other federal corporation, that's their job. If they feel like they want to fire you, they could. But if we had our own like tech companies, that we can hold on to those jobs and we can be the biggest tech companies in the world, because Black women, we got it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got it like that, and we're strong, resilient, and we got the education for it. We got our degrees, so we should put our degrees to work in doing our own thing.
I think so. I think that'll be a great idea.
Yeah. So, Black women, whether you are in California or all across from New York, start putting together your own business and start hiring Black women for these businesses. Okay, because we got to keep, just because one door closes, there's another one that's always open. It's
Exactly.
not the end of the world. Okay, we can do this under Trump, because we did it under everybody else. We did it under other presidents like Reagan,
Yeah.
Lyndon B. Johnson, who, Nixon. We did it all.
Yeah. You're
We,
absolutely right about that. We did. I think
it
we are
doesn't
very.
matter. Yeah, I. It doesn't matter who was in office. We did the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we want to open up our own makeup studio, our own hair studio, we can do that. We don't have to rely on these African hair shops to braid our hair. We can
Yeah.
do that already, because when I was growing up as a little Black girl, my hair was done by Black American women that could braid hair.
Okay.
Yes, Black American women. These are not foreign women that was in my communities. No, Black American women did my hair. Okay, so to be honest with you, it is not that like, if you know how to do hair, you know how to do makeup, you are have your BA and masters in tech, and you know how to do a tech job. This is something that we should be doing and building on our own. It doesn't have to be like a big corporation. We can work our way up little by little
Mm-hmm.
over time. Okay, we can do that. All right, because we have that business mindset. All right, so it's not the end of the world, Black woman. Like, I understand in the TikTok universe, they're doing this like stressful, like just listening to these Black women online saying that they lost their jobs, they don't know what to do, and all that stuff. I need you guys to start thinking positive. All right, start thinking positive and say, okay, Warren Durham closes. Let me see if I can venture out on my own and
Right.
do my own thing without somebody, being at the mercy of somebody else.
I didn't know they were on TikTok talking about that. I'm gonna
That
have to.
girl,
I didn't know.
girl, they're even on YouTube. There's YouTubers showing TikToks of Black women saying that we're being laid off. This is the numbers and all that stuff. We can take that 300,000 women and put them in jobs that Black women created.
You're actually absolutely right because I know some of these people do have money saved up, and they can.
Yeah.
We can afford to invest in each other. That's actually a great idea. You might need to make a Facebook group and try to invite women in to see what we can do, and we could put together all our skills
Uh huh.
no matter the skill, big or small.
And we need to support each other.
Yeah.
We need to take our money and create tech businesses, childcare businesses. You can
Hmm.
start a childcare business right in your home.
Exactly.
Start a childcare business right at your home. It doesn't cost much. All you need is a little bit of donations to get you like tables, chairs, toys. You can get that donated, right?
Hmm.
You know, you really don't need a building. You just need your home.
Hmm. That's a great idea,
Yeah. Even if you start
especially
at, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
because you know, along with them you losing HUD and stuff,
Mhm.
they'll lose that I mean food stamps. They're going to lose that check that they get to take their kids to daycare. They won't be able to afford that. So
Mhm.
that's a good idea to start a daycare in your home.
Mhm. Because you don't need that much money. All you need is donations.
Mhm.
Yeah, you need mats. You know, get like however kids you can have in your home. Let's say you can have like 15 kids in your home, right? You need 15 mats. You need a table with 15 chairs, and you can staff up to 3 adults in the room.
That is a great idea.
Mhm. And you could also start a tech job at your home. All you need is donations for like desks, computers, you know, and all that stuff right at your home. No cost to you at all.
Yeah, that is a great idea. And for the
Mm-hmm.
people that's in tech, to try to start like a tech startup.
Cause you know how some people like, they do like uh um they do cooking in their homes and stuff like that. They open up the restaurant in their home. All they
Mhm.
need is tables, chairs. They need workers to work with them. It can even be your family members
Yep.
to work with you to get that business off the ground. All you need is licensing. That's it.
Mhm.
All you have to do is pay for licensing and you're good to go. So, yeah, this is something that black women have to do.
Yeah, we could create our own car service like a Uber, but for black women, so
Mhm.
we don't feel like women will be the drivers, so we don't feel like we're being harassed by
Mhm.
men or by racist Uber drivers. That could be something that we can have.
Or we can have black women that good at doing taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can get money into our pockets the right way without paying high percentages to like these corporations that are draining our pockets dry. Like I used to do like what's this um H&R Block. I used to do my taxes through H&R Block. I had to stop because it was getting too expensive. I've been with H&R Block for 5 years.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't do that. I can't do H&R Block anymore because it's too damn expensive. So if black women were to create their own H&R Block in their homes and do taxes for other black women under the rates, you know how far we can go?
Yeah. How much was H&R Block charging?
They were charging me 10% to 50%.
Dang, to 50%?
Yeah, because it depends on how much you're getting in taxes. I'm like, hell no, I'm taking my tax papers and I'm doing this myself.
I know that's right.
I was like, I'm doing TurboTax. Hello.
Mhm.
But I would love to do like have a black woman work on my taxes. I think that it's a little bit a stressful lever off on me for somebody knowing what they're doing, because when I was doing my own taxes I did not know what the hell I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so doing taxes can be very stressful because I have to do my taxes for 2024 over again because I messed up.
Oh no.
I was not going to get any money back. So I had to fix that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I forgot to put, simple things in the boxes that were on my tax form. And I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they make it so difficult on purpose too.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So it's always good for a black woman to go to these trades because to do taxes, you really don't need much to do. It's like simple.
Mm-hmm.
We can go to trade school to do child development, do nursing, um, and other things where we don't have to go to college and do and pay, and put ourselves in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's a bunch of BS when if you have to, take out loans so that you can get through your university years. Like, no, no, hex no. Uh, and I don't know about this. I haven't heard about the loan situation. It kind of died down a little bit. I don't hear nobody talking about, being stressed over paying loans or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. But as black women, focus on paying off your loans. I know money is tight, but we have to set aside money to get these loans off of our credit report.
You right about that.
So if I were you, I'll call the federal what should call it? The federal student aid.
Mm-hmm.
You could take out forms that can give you loan forgiveness, right? You can still do loan forgiveness, and
Oh,
if
I
you
didn't know that.
qualify, your your loans are wiped clean. You don't have to pay nothing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called student loan forgiveness. And if
Okay.
you have to find, like, it's very specific. The forms are very specific. You just have to find something that's in your category. And then I guess you have to, after you fill out the form, you have to mail it and wait to see that you're qualified for student loan forgiveness.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got student loan forgiveness. Automatically, I got student loan forgiveness out of nowhere.
Well, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm glad that you got it.
Yeah, but I still had to pay off a loan because that was for another school. But this loan that I got, it's not much. It's not over $100,000. I can pay that off easily, but I think I'm going to still go through loan forgiveness first to
Definitely do
see.
that first.
Yeah, and if that doesn't go through, then I'm going to make payments because it's not much. I don't owe much. Yeah. So yeah, don't give up on the degrees because because you lost your dream job and no one else is hiring. You create your own dream job. Create your own dream job in your own home. What they can't what can they do to you? They can't do nothing to you. You're already licensed. You're ready to go, right?
Exactly.
So black
Exactly.
women, please turn TikTok off. Please turn it off because it's too stressful on your mind, body, and soul. Turn it off and think of something positive what you can do right now. Because there's too many negativity going on in the internet right now and it's stressing people out. So let go of the negativity and figure out what your next plan is. And I encourage black women to continue to start their own business, because there are Black women entrepreneurs. Or if it's not possible for you, you can find jobs that Black women own and you can work for them, right?
Yep. Yep.
Whether it's in culinary or whatever.
Mhm.
I just we need to stop it with, the fear mongering, because it's very stressful. All right. So our best bet is to just focus on what we can do right now to continue to feed our family. And everything's going to be okay. Even though we're under the Trump administration, everything's going to be okay.
Yes.
We're going to be fine. Anything you want to say, Femi, on that?
Yeah, I just said keep your head up. Let's work together. Let's figure out some new things. We should do some brainstorming on things that Black women can do to, stay afloat. Uh, we have plenty of skills. We're very intelligent beings that we can figure it out. And we need to figure it out forever so we don't ever have to depend on these people again.
Yeah, because we can give each other loans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. So we can own our own bank, you know, because we have Black banks in here in California. It's not like, how can I say it? It's not I think it's just in certain areas. But Black women, if you want to open up your own bank, do it. I encourage you to do it. That'd be a good thing.
Yes, it sure would.
Hmm. But anyways, I'm gonna log off.
All right. Thanks for having me up. I
No,
really
you can stay
appreciate it.
here if you want to discuss after, the after show.
Okay.
Yeah. So I encourage Black women to keep their heads up, stay positive, turn off the negativity on this internet. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your soul, and it's not good for your mind. Turn it off
Yes.
and figure out a way you can support your family. Forget all that negativity. Like 3,000 Black women got laid off. So what? Let's figure out what we can do now. And I know it's a sad situation that Black women going through, but we need to figure out, okay, what can we do now? So I encourage Black women to focus on ourselves and get back out there and let's start all over.
Mm-hmm.
This is Betterment of Black Women. You guys have the rest of your night. I'll talk to you in the next live. Bye.